I have definitely learned from being on the internet here on YouTube that it can be a lovely place where there's good communication, good things to learn from comments that happen in our section. And there can definitely be the opposite as well. And that's just part of the game. I understand that when we do sign up for this. And lately, we've experienced this with one video about our pigs that I'm gonna go into today. So recently, we just posted a video. It was actually a short video here on YouTube that went, I guess you can call viral here on YouTube. It got a lot of views. I think it might be over 300,000 views here as of recording this. The video was about our pigs' water situation and how we were gonna get water to them, making sure they always have fresh access to water. And before I really get into it, it was a problem that we were having and we found a solution, is what I thought at least. Let me play the clip here real quick so that you guys can understand everything, that exactly what I mean. And then we'll get into where we're at now and what improvements we've made to this. So we've been having a problem with our pig waterers that every time we go to fill them up, all they do is tip it right away. All the water spills, so these pigs are constantly not having water inside their areas, which is not good for them. The other day at the store, we found these corner feeders that have these holes in them, and we figured what we could do is put a metal stake through each side of these so it will hold them down. They won't be able to tip them over, and that when we fill them with water, the pigs will actually be able to constantly have water in their area instead of having to come out here 2 to 3 times a day and refill waters because they keep spilling them over. And it seems to be a really good solution for us. The comments on the video were somewhat mixed, about people saying it was a great idea and some not nice comments, and then some comments that I think of people who are just trying to help. One of the first comments that we got was, because we use this rebar to stake those pig waterers down, number one, this was the only one that we had around the property at the time, so I just wanted to use it so that we could do the solution at that moment. So unfortunately, I had these little triangles here. So the most I could actually get it into the ground was all the way up to that point, which this was the number one comment on the video. It made this part stick out, which a lot of people were really worried about the safety of the pigs and the safety of us, saying that we need to cap this, we need to make sure that we're careful that we don't get hurt at all with this sticking out. The second part that I did not like about this being into there like that was that there was no way for us to actually grab the water containers out and thoroughly clean them ever, which is something that made it really hard. I had to pull this all the way out and then get it so I could clean it out. Not convenient, and it was actually a lot of work. So I want to show you, because of all those comments, although some of them being just plain rude for the most part, but who cares? I mean, they have their opinions, they can say what they want. We post videos, we can say what we want. We've made a solution to this now, and I'm gonna show it to you, which is definitely a lot more effective, and I think you guys are gonna like it a lot more. But here it is. This is the problem and fix to make sure that your pig waterers will always stay nice and down into the ground and they won't tip them anymore. Number one, get rid of this thing. The second thing, which you probably can't even see really at the moment, is rebars. Once again, but this time no little triangle, just one little long straight one. So we can actually just lift it up and out, which I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of a closer view here right now. So this now allows us to be able to actually clean the inside of this, which is definitely a huge benefit to it. Now that we got it all clean, we can put it right back on, which I'll show you, and give them a new fresh thing of water. And as you can see, this is a much better solution. And to everyone, I know there was another people in the comments that would say they're tipping the water because they want like a wallow, they want to be able to lay down in like a pool of water on hot days. Whenever we dump this water out, they have a small hole right here. I just dump it right into, as you can see, and that allows them to still have that spot to be at like that. But plus, they have a water now that I can easily move it out and down that container. Those rebars do the thing that they need to do so they don't get tipped. There was another big comment about like digging a hole the size of our original bowls that we were using for those pigs, the ones that in the video that tipped over. I'll show here again real quick. But we didn't want where they were just going to lay inside these things like it was like a mini pool. This being over here in the corner like that avoids that because they don't want to get hit by this electrical wire. And also another comment we got was that these little holes that are in these corner feeders are made so that you like hook them up to like the fence that you can see like this, like a physical fence. But since we use electrical wiring, there's no fence like that for us to hook that up to. This was just the solution that we found for water, for people that are tired of their pigs or any other animal for that matter, that tips their water over and then they don't have a fresh access to water. And one thing I love is being able to clean these out now. I hated being able to dump it. I usually would wait like 3 days before I was pulling that rebar up. Where this now, we can easily do it. It takes no time at all, no stress. And I dump the water for them so they can lay in it. Although it's starting to cool down here, that's not an issue anymore. But it's definitely solved our problem. We were coming out at least twice a day, once in the morning, once during the evening, to make sure that they had water somewhat before they would just tip it again already. This allows them to have water constantly, which is super important. We've tried the nipples on like a big water jug container and we just haven't got there yet. I know that is another really good solution too, but if you're just looking for something possibly a little simpler, something that the pigs will pick up and understand and do really quick, I really suggest getting yourself one of these corner feeders that have these little holes on the side. They're big enough just so to put a straight rebar all the way through, and that now allows for in and out access, and it's definitely a solution you're gonna look for. Most of the time, especially everyone that you guys who thoroughly watch every single week that we post a video out, you guys are awesome and just great with your comments. You guys say such encouraging things. Sometimes the negative comments that people that would maybe take negative, like people talking about the rebarb and those sticking out, we try to find a way to understand the true meaning, and when there's enough of those comments coming through, it probably means that we need to look into ourselves and see what could we do differently. And this was a good solution. So everybody who commented, as much as it might have came out of hatred or come out of criticism, I'm happy that you guys comment, whether it's negative or positive sometimes, because it does allow us to have solutions for problems that we didn't even know we needed sometimes. There was another one of those little short videos that I explained about these pig huts. We got a lot of backlash once again about them being overheated because it being metal during a hot summer, that they're going to just be really hot in there. It is cooling down for us right now, so that doesn't seem to be an issue. This one over here is actually already under this willow tree, so it gets shade throughout the whole entire day, so I'm not feeling like that one's ever overheating. This one not being under anything, I do hear you guys, and I think for the summertime what we'll do is we'll put it underneath this tree over here, which will allow shade to be over it and allow it to stay a nice cool place for them. And I'm like I said, happy when you guys comment stuff, because those are things that sometimes, honestly, I don't think of that much. Guys, it is getting close for these Cornish cross chickens here for us. Getting close to October here now, at the end of September. By the time you guys watch this video, it'll be October. But these guys will be ready probably about mid-October, so we probably have about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. But it all depends on what size we feel like they're getting to. No more issues with this chicken tractor. If you guys watched our previous videos here a couple of weeks ago where this chicken tractor, and we did have some deaths of some of these Cornish cross chickens. But now they're all doing good. No more deaths going on. We have about 22, maybe 23 of these chickens still here, going nice and strong. And it's gonna be time for processing day again, which definitely, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. Evan, we're probably gonna have to get another freezer because our freezers are starting to get full. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great day and a better tomorrow, and God bless you guys.